Hey fam, welcome back to Tari's Lifestyle and Vlog, and thank you so much for stopping by. So today the question we'll be answering is it possible or is it right to work on a visitor's visa in the UK? Okay, but before I go on, my name is Tari, and on this channel we'll talk about UK visas and immigration. We'll talk about life in the UK, how to safely and successfully travel to the UK, and how to navigate through life as an immigrant living in the UK. Now, if this sounds like something you're interested in, then please subscribe, turn on your bell icon so you don't miss out on any of my videos going forward. But thank you so much for always coming back to watch my videos, my returning subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you. Okay, so like I said before, I have had a few questions about UK visitors visa, whether or not you can actually work on your UK visitor when you have a UK visitors visa, whether you can convert your UK visitors visa to a permanent residence. I've made a video about it, which I'll link up here for you. I've made a video about whether you can actually switch from a visitors visa to a student visa. I'm also going to link it up here for you so you can have a look at those videos just to hear the answers for yourself. But today's video, we're going a bit further, talking about actually working in the UK on a visitor's visa, and this is very sensitive. It's a very sensitive topic, and I know that a lot of people have different opinions about it, but this is just my opinion and my advice. You can take it, or if you decide not to take it, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so the UK visitors visa is exactly what it is. It's a visa that brings you to the UK to visit, to tour, to visit families, to tour around the country, different parts of the country, to see what it's like. Okay, as a visitor, there are some conditions that are attached to your visa, and those conditions need to be met. If those conditions are not met, it means that you've breached the conditions of your visa. Okay, one of those conditions is that you're not allowed to work in the UK. So you heard me right. If you have a UK visitor's visa, you are not allowed in any capacity to work in terms of paid employment. You are not allowed to do that. If you do work on your visitor's visa, you've breached the conditions of your visa, and there's so many consequences that can come with that if you're caught. I know that a lot of people do it and they get away with it, okay, but who is to say that you will get away with it? Okay, so and that's what I'm saying. You don't have to take my advice, it's up to you. You're not allowed to work on a UK visitor's visa. And again, people do it and they get away with it. People do some work with other people's papers and all that, but you don't want that to be you, because if you are caught, you will be in big trouble. Okay, and the UK is ramping up on these immigration measures, like left, back, front, center, in every way they can, to remove people, to stop people from coming, to stop people from getting citizenship because of crime and all that. I've made several videos about it. So this is a plea from me to you as well. If you are on the UK visitors visa, you are not allowed to work. Therefore, you want to stick to the conditions of your visa. Okay, because if you do work, like I said, you're breaching the conditions of your visa. It means that you've committed an immigration crime. Okay, and the latest news on UK citizenship is that if you've committed a crime due to immigration, if you then come to the UK later on, you might not be allowed to get citizenship. Say for instance, you've come as a visitor, you've breached the conditions of your visa, you've gone back, and you've come back to the UK, and after so many years, because we know UK visa citizenship takes time, you've come to the UK, you've stayed for a while, and you want to apply for your citizenship. There's a likelihood that you might not get that citizenship, because that's one of the new laws that have been introduced, which I'll link up here for you to have a look. So it doesn't matter when the crime was committed or how it was committed. If you've had a crime in the UK, a serious crime, and you've been jailed for up to 12 months, you are no longer allowed to get a British citizenship. Having said that, every case will be looked at independently, so it's a case-by-case basis. That doesn't mean that if you've had this crime, therefore you won't get it. However, you need to be careful, because you don't know what your case will be. Okay, that's just the point I'm trying to make. We need to err on the side of caution. We need to be careful. Okay, so if you've committed that crime, if you've breached your immigration laws, you've been arrested for a certain period of time, up to 12 months, you might not be able to get your UK citizenship, your British citizenship when the time comes, okay, you might not even be allowed to come back to the country. You might not be given a visa again. If you go to apply for a UK visa, one of the things they'll be looking at is whether you've breached the conditions of your visa in the past. And if you've done that, they will be thinking that, okay, if we give this person the visa again, what's the likelihood that they're not going to breach the conditions again? So again, we need to be careful. And not just the UK, if you go apply in other countries as well, it's the same thing. If you breach your conditions in the UK, what's the likelihood that you're not going to breach your conditions if we give you another visa, say maybe in Canada, in the US, and things like that? So it doesn't just impact your UK visit, it doesn't just impact your visa to the UK, it impacts you in other countries as well. So we want to be careful. And like I said, people have different opinions. Some people do it and get away with it, but some people don't. Okay, so we want to be careful. A UK visitor's visa is what it is. It's not a visa, it's not a work visa. It's a visa that brings you to the UK to visit. Okay, so we want to make sure that we are not breaching, we're honoring the conditions of our visas. Okay, but this is just a quick and short one with me from me today. I hope it's been helpful. If it has helped you, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and family, and of course subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next video.